Alright, in this short video, we want to look at simple interest, and our learning objectives are just three. The first one is that we want to define what simple interest is and its core components. So the second one is that we're going to calculate interest earned on an investment. So the last one is I'll show you how you can rearrange the formula for calculating simple interest. So when you are asked to find the principal, the rate, or the time. So let's start with the first one. So the definition and the formula. So when we talk about simple interest is the amount of money earned on an investment or paid on a loan. Let me give you an instance. You have, let's say you have money in your bank account. You have 10,000 naira in your bank account. Most especially if you have savings accounts, your bank is supposed to be giving you what we call interest, because they are using your money to trade. They are using your money to make money. So they will give you part of the profit they are getting. So the money they are going to give you as your own gain is what we refer to as profit, because it will be added to your 10,000 naira. So that's what we call interest. And sometimes you might need some money. You go to the bank to borrow money. So when you borrow money from the bank, so banks, they are trying to make money from the money they borrowed you. You understand? They lend you rather. So in that case, they are going to charge you interest. You pay certain amount on top of money. Let's say we borrow 10,000 naira. So you might be compared to pay 200 naira as interest in a month. So that's what we call interest. So interest in small language, in a simple language, means the amount of money you paid over the money you borrow or you save in your bank account. So that's why I said in this note that simple interest is the amount of money earned on an investment. When you invest money in a business, what you are going to get, or you invest in a bank, what you are going to get is the interest, or what you pay to the bank when you collect a loan from them. So it is calculated. We have some variables you need to understand. We have what we call the principal, we have the time, we have the rate. Now, so the formula for calculating simple interest is I equals to P times R times T. So sometimes you can have it like this: SI, simple interest, is equal to principal PRT over 100. So the 100 there is the rate. The rate is always in percentage. So that's why sometimes we can make use of this, or you make use of this. Whichever one you use, you still get the same thing. I hope I'm making sense. So the I in the formula represents the interest, the actual money gained or you owed. Then the principal is the money you borrowed or the money you deposited as an investment in a bank. I hope you are getting my point. For example, now you fix your money in a fixed deposit account. The money you fixed, let's say 1 million naira, that 1 million naira is the principal. That is the main money. And if you borrow money from the bank, the amount you borrowed is the principal. While the rate of interest is the interest rate usually calculated by year, and it's always in percentage. It could be 5%, it could be 10%, 20%, depending on the arrangement between you and the bank. So when we say 5%, 5%, when you take it to decimal, it will give you 0.05, which means 5 divided by 100. 5 divided by 100, that means you have two zeros, so you are taking it backward. You can use your calculator. If you use your calculator here, so 5 divided by 100, so that gives 0.05, and that is what we have here, 0.05 as the interest. The time is talking about for how long do you want the money to stay in your bank without touching it, or for how long the money you are borrowing are you going to pay back, is the time, and usually calculated by what? Using a year. Sometimes they might use months. So, but let's focus on year now. This for year. I hope this is very clear. So if this is clear, then let's now see how to apply the formula we just talked about now. Now solving for variables. So the first one here is to find a missing value. How do we find a missing value? So now, okay, before we do that, let me teach you how to rearrange the formula. You know, I said the formula here is I equals to the interest equal to P times R times T. Now the question now asks you to find the principal. So this is equation, this is an equation. You want to make P the subject of formula. You divide both sides by the R and T that you have beside it. R times T. R times T. So this cancel this cancel this. So the principal will then be I over RT. That is what is written here. I divided by R times T. Do you get that? That's very good. So that is for that one. So if it is the rate you want to find, you divide both sides by P and a T. So that's going to mean that I equals to P times T. I hope I'm making sense. Then if it is T you are asked to find, then divide both sides by what? P times what? R. That is 1 over P times R. So that is how to rearrange the formula whenever you ask to find other variables. You understand? Now don't forget that 100. You see, whenever you see you can put times on the 100i, because if you are removing the 100 from the rate, but mind you, if you are removing the 100 from the rate, so this will be 100i. Why this one is going to be 100i as well too? Do you get my point? This is also 100i. So that means you are only using the figure for the rate. You are not using the percentage. The percentage is the one that has taken the 100. So here in this formula here, the 100 here is for the rate. So if you want to apply the formula now, you are not going to put 5% at the top again. You only put 5, then everything divided by 100. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the example now. So now let's now look at some example. So when we are asked to find the simple interest at 5% for 3 years. So now the first thing is that we identify the P, we identify the rate, we identify the T. So the P here is 200, the rate is 5%, and the T is what? Is 3 years. So to apply the formula, so we have, let's apply it in 2 ways. So you have I equals to P times R times T. Alright, so which means P, which is 200,000, right below, 200,000 times the rate, which is 5%, and 5% is for 0.05. We have just done that. 0.05 times 3. So we take your calculator, we multiply out this. Let's multiply out. So that's 200,000 times 0.05 times 3. So this gives us 30,000 naira. This is 30,000 naira. Alright? So, but if we want to apply the other part, the other formula, we can apply this way. So I equals P times R times T over 100. So in this case, the principal, which is 200,000, multiplied by the rate. The rate is what? Now, because we have put the 100 under the everything here, so it's going to be 5, not 0.05, times 3 divided by 100. So this 100 here, 0 cancels 0 because everything is multiplication. So we take your calculator again. Alright, so that will be 2,000, that is what is left there, times 5 times 3. We still get the same amount, which is 30,000. 30,000 naira. I believe this is very clear to you. So that is one part of it. Alright, so the next is when we are looking for the principal, don't forget I've given you the formula here. We are looking for the principal, and even if you forget it, if you know the first formula, don't disturb yourself. Just rearrange the formula using this. So if you earned 5,000 naira interest, can you see that this is interest, not the principal? So in this case, the interest is here at 4%. This is the rate. For 2 years, this is the time. So what was the principal? So that is what is your main money in this. So that's what we're going to look at. So the formula is P equals to, if you are using 100I, that is 100I, that is 100 times interest divided by rates and time. Rate times time. So that is it. So 100 times the 5%, the 5,000, which is the interest, divided by the rate, which is 4, the year, which is 2. So we just divide here. We use our calculator. So 100 times 5,000, so equals to 500,000. So this is 500,000 divided by 8. So we divide it by 8 divided by 8. So we have, so the answer is 62,500. 62,500. So that is the principal. So the principal is what? 62,500. I hope this is very clear. All right, so that is finding the principal. So finding the rate, we come back to the formula again. The rate, which is going to be rate, equals to still the same 100 times interest, 100I, divided by the principal times the time. It's so easy, right? So we need to find if 10,000 naira, hence 1,500. Because I want you to understand this interpretation very well. Just take a look at it. If 10,000 naira, hence 1,500, that is, it is that 10,000 naira that will make you to get the interest of 1,500. So which means 1,500 is the interest. And they are putting it in the front, interest. So then the 10,000 here is a P, while this is the T. Because all the variables needed are here. So in this case, we are going to have 100 multiplied by the interest, which is 1,500, divided by the principal, which is 10,000, multiplied by what? The time, which is 3 years. So this is the time here. This one is the time. All right? So we multiply, or we can divide. This 0 cancel this 0. This 0 cancel this 0. Can you see? 3 here 1, 3 here 5. So that means the answer is equal to 5%. Because it is rate, I must be in percentage. I believe this is clear. Please, if I'm too fast, just try to watch the video over again to get it. All right? Okay, move to the last part here. So finding the time. So we want to find the time here. So how long does it take for 5,000 naira? 5,000 naira to earn 1,000. Oh, I wanted to put naira there, not dollar. To earn 1,000 naira. This naira. 1,000 naira interest at 5%. For how long? Anytime you say how long, is talking about the time. It's time. So we are looking for the time. That's going to be T equals to the same formula, 100I divided by, so how long does it take 5,000? So that 5,000 is the principal. This is the interest. All right? And this is what? The rate. So that's what we're looking for. So that will be, it's still we are looking, that will be principal times rate. So the principal, that means 100 times 5,000 divided by, sorry, 100 I is 1,000. Sorry for that. So this is times 1,000 divided by principal 5,000 times the rate 5. So from here now, this 0 cancel this 0. This 0 cancel this 0. So we have 5 times 5 is 25. That means we have, this one has gone. So we have 100 divided by 25. 100 divided by 25 gives us 4. So that is going to be 4 years. I hope this is very clear. So that is that on this one. So you have these practice questions you can try on your own. So calculate the interest. To calculate the interest, that one is for the interest. Find the interest on 4,500 naira at 6% for 5 years. That's simple interest. To find principal, and investments and 600 naira interest at 3% over 4 years. What was the principal? So the third one is find rate. So the last one is what? Find time. I hope this is very clear to you. So I wish you the best.